Hello everyone, it's Roidman. Welcome back to Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. We caught up with Amy and Storm to realize we had to go to these ancient rooms. And now this time, hopefully catching up with Storm. The mural in the depths. Bird to Divine Wings. Why does the stone monument have the name Avalon inscribed in it? And it basically got turned. Now this is basically one of those unlockable.
Was there an earthquake in here?
It's gone!
What's wrong, Knuckles?
The legends say the star shard is supposed to be in this chalice. Did it roll off somewhere in the quake?
Hey, Tails. What's up with this painting?
The Divine Wings. Divine Wings? Yes, the legendary bird that the gods rode through the heavens. Knuckles, see if you can read this inscription.
The Divine Wings, straddler of stars, lose their plumes to the dark and fall to the ground. The plumes become as stars returning to this land. We, the children of Babylon.
Babylon?
What connection do they have with these stones?
We still don't know that. But could the stones those robots are after be the plumes written about here? The Divine Wings, straddler of stars. Could they be power units used to operate some starship?
So this Divine Wings thing is...
Right. Babylon Guardian.
Jet! Eggman!
Knuckles, what does the rest of the inscription say?
Huh? Oh, right. We, the children of Babylon, seal one star here and another within the Great Scar, formed in heaven's fall, until the time of the Divine Wings rising.
The Great Scar?
Wait, there's more. The Great Scar, lying in the east among earth stained red by the dawn's light.
Eggman and Jet were headed east. The Great Scar must be the crater formed when the meteorite struck ground. That must be where Eggman found the plume.
Which means the mother computer...
Is probably waiting there too.
All right! Time to go catch up! Huh? Ha! Took you long enough. Where's Eggman?
They call it the Crimson Tower. It's Meteotech's signal tower. Commands sent out here relay through facilities across the world to control the robots. In other words, you're looking at Meteotech's brain.
That think Eggman nabbed the arcs of the cosmos we've gotten and ran in there.
What's he after this time?
He's probably planning to use the stone's power to issue an order to all the world's robots from this tower. Sooner or later, he was planning to set the robots rampaging. That was probably his reason for forming Meteotech in the first place.
The Eggman Land project again, huh? He never gives up, does he? Well, looks like we gotta storm the place. Hold up, huh? You think I was just sitting around here twiddling my thumbs? Sonic the Hedgehog? I follow you. Sorry to keep And the title of fastest creature in the universe. Huh. Sounds like fun to me. Let's get started. Huh.
Beat Jet in the Crimson Tower race. Now, unlike the Babylon Garden, where it was the final race, instead of just racing against Jet and a bunch of robots, we're basically racing against Babylon. So, Wave and Storm should also be in this race.
All right, bring it on.
Oh, Amy's also here. But essentially, there are just 7 places, so
Yeah. Woohoo.
yeah, let's get our ring count up so we can get.
Woohoo.
Yeah, let's get our speed up so we can catch up here. Oh, we gotta be careful! Okay, now it's too close for our comfort. Where the heck is everyone? Okay, I will say something about Sonic Rider Zero Gravity. Even so, there are some mechanics that a lot of people don't like. The game is actually fairly easy when it comes to gameplay. Because, yeah, I'm currently. Oh god! There are 3 of these! I don't have the grind rail. Oh boy. Wait. Okay, spiral. I think. Yep, that's what I figured. I haven't seen a single speed cut, so that's a little worried, so. Okay. Yep. I need to get some more rings. At least 9 more rings so we can get grinding up. There we go. Yeah, I see you. I believe this shortcut's more of a risk one. Another thing, I believe the AI actually starts out with any shortcut opportunities that they can get. Get me back onto the track! Okay, good. There's the other grind shortcut. Oh, good! That's what I was talking about. You need to be careful with that. Okay, that's gotta wait here, and then go! There's that shortcut right there, but honestly, I'm not gonna take it. Right now, we are very much ahead. Unlike the finale for the Sonic Heroes race, this is basically the finale race for Team Heroes. We basically have an easy time here. As long as you know what your mechanics are, you should be good. I'm not even at my final upgrade yet. Which I might as well try to get that final upgrade. But if anything, it's like... Oh! Blast it, 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 blast it! I gotta speed up through here before they decide to catch up. Yeah, those turns are probably... I was going to say that these turns are almost familiar to the turns that from Babylon Garden, but yeah, it just proves why they're familiar. You can actually fall off of them if you don't execute them correctly. And let's just do this now. Okay, let's have to get to the finish. Okay, I was panicking for no reason. Why did Knuckles get last?
after all these years?
Deal with it, Eggman. You're through, huh?
A trap! What have you done, Eggman?
Look! Huh. Babylon Garden.
The resonance from all 5 power units must have called it down.
Then the legends were right. Here. Hey! We haven't settled anything yet. Turning tail and running away, Sonic the Hedgehog? Running away? Who do you think I am? I'll be waiting. See you at the World Grand Prix.
So yeah, this would be the part where I would give my thoughts on Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, but for anyone who's watched Sonic Riders, the story's not over. Basically, I might as well just give my comments on the hero story. Essentially, it's a lot easier than the Sonic Riders story. I know I had problems with Knuckles, but that could just be a skill issue on my end using our character. But honestly, as long as you make all your turns correctly, getting through the story mode was easy. Back when I was a kid, I beat the story mode I gotta beat the story mode at least 3 times because one was just to figure everything out, another one was just to get that, just unlock everything, and then another time was because my memory card crashed. Well, basically got corrupted data. Yeah, that's one thing with this game. Your memory can actually get corrupted and you have to start all over, which I'm hoping doesn't happen to me through this playthrough. But yeah, I do understand why people don't really like Sonic Riders Zero Gravity. Often will call it the black sheep, ignoring a certain part of the game. The story really has no point because first one made a point to of a Grand Prix, which made it all the points. Here, it just seems like you're just racing through just because. Like, there's no reason for Sonic to. I know I can easily make the argument of Sonic is the fastest thing alive. Why does he need a car? Why does he need a bullet? But in this story sense of scenario, why do we need air gear? Obviously, it would make sense if this was more of a turn setting, but it isn't. But otherwise, I do enjoy the mechanics that Zero Gravity does provide. The turns are a lot more easier to do. The turbulence feature was a tad bit annoying for me in Sonic Riders because sometimes you had no choice to take that turbulence. Now you don't have that turbulence to worry about, but there is no really good way of just accelerating. You have 3 abilities and you're limited to those 3 abilities alone. So there are the goods, there are the bads. It is a sequel. It does fix a few things, but just like I said with Hyrule Warriors Definitive Edition, you still have a few problems to fix. And unfortunately, those problems don't get fixed in the 3rd game. If anything, it just whole nother again with the 3rd one. If you want to have like a true traditional Sonic Riders gameplay, I would recommend the first one. This one is more or less if you just want to continue on with the story, but the Babylon Rogues side of the story, because we are going to unlock that, that will explain what Chet has been doing. It will explain why the heck there's a story here. So we're not quite done yet, but right. Babylon has been unlocked in story mode. World Grand Prix has been added to normal race mode. You actually have to unlock World Grand Prix before you even do that. The Crimson Crater course has been unlocked. New missions have been added to the Crimson Crater. Unlock new character, Cream. Unlock new character, Rogue. Unlock new character, Shadow. Acquired new gear, Magic Broom. So yeah, I'll be right back with the other shortcuts that the flight and power typing take. Okay, so here we're going on the first shortcut, and you might notice something. I'm in Sonic. Something that you should realize is your characters are not locked into whatever typing they are. It's actually the gear that is your typing. So I've been using the Magic Broom and Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't have the ability to grind, but I don't have the ability to fly. Depending on the type of gear that you get, you basically can essentially just be in a power gear, flight gear, or grind gear. Speaking of which, that whole explanation, I'm already at the next shortcut here. And yeah, that's your two shortcuts for flight. So I'll be back with Knuckles for the power shortcut. Okay, so I believe this is where the first shortcut is. Through all these boxes here. All it was just boxes. And there's one other shortcut, so I'll be right back with it. Okay, the other shortcut is somewhere over here, which is just those boxes. Remember when I said the power type don't really have much for shortcuts? I wasn't joking. So, next time on Sonic Riders Zero Gravity, we'll be tackling the Babylon story.